The importance of fathers. It was Father's Day here yesterday in Australia. I went out with the family, some extended family, had a nice time at a park. I went to a brewery because I love that stuff. Went with the kids, went with my wife. It was really nice. It was a good celebration. And there were memories there of my father who passed last year, and this is our first Father's Day without him. It was both a happy day and a sad day in that way. And it got me thinking just now even that there's a great deal of importance with fathers. I know that with a lot of things societally today, there's not a lot of focus on that. Modern feminism is less about equality and more about men versus women, which I don't agree with. I'm pro people. I'm not pro whatever your sex is. I don't care. If you're a good person, I'm a fan. If you are a nasty person, I'm not a fan. I can like or I can love the person but dislike what they do. But I'm not a blanket, you've got my support regardless of how you treat others. I may not support you because of the way you treat others. So I'm not a fan of that. When it comes to fatherhood and fathers, I think it's very slept on how important they truly are. Not only important in the lives of their children, but in families and what role they fill in society as well. Fathers are leaders. Fathers are examples as men and as people. Fathers should be courageous. Fathers should be the example of their children's first partner, first friend, first everything. They should be the example of those relationships. The father should be an example of how to treat someone in a relationship, how they treat their mother, how they treat their siblings, how they treat them, how they would be as a father growing up or as a parent growing up. These are really important things. But there's a lot of studies as well nowadays that really highlight the impact of fatherhood and fathers in society and in families. Now, of course, there are nuances and there's context to anything. And this is no different. So the context for this is, yes, there are other factors. Yes, there are other factors in families, in societies, in cultural settings. There's always other factors. It's not just one thing. However, these factors around fatherhood are definitely weighty because these are common things found, and these are things that are consistently found. Yes, there are the impacts, but this is a great impact also. One thing I forgot to mention is it's also the quality of the parenting, quality of the fatherhood, quality of the father in that way. That's important because you can just be a dad and you can just be there and you can do the bare minimum and scrape by, and that's partially okay. But if you're not fully committed, you're not fully invested, that's going to show and it can be a problem. Now I'm going to read out some of these things and I'm going to sum up some of these findings. Boys without dads are more likely to become incarcerated. Girls without dads are more likely and more prone to teen pregnancy, especially if the dad is absent during their earlier years. Engaged fathering helps boost academic performance. Father absence is linked to higher amounts of depressive episodes and symptoms. What this tells me is that this example as a father is crucial. These examples of how to be, how to act, how to stand up for what you believe is right are crucial. This Father's Day, when you're thinking about yourself as a father, your dad, your grandparents, whoever that figure is in your life, those mentors, have a think about the things that you took from them, the things that you took from them and said, I want to recreate that. I want to recreate those aspects, the way they talked to the wait staff, the way they came alongside me when they taught me something, the way that they treated my mum, things like that. And then think about the things that didn't quite make it. Yeah, I don't really want to recreate how they spoke when they were upset, how they kept their temper in check, how they lashed out when they were upset or when they were frustrated or even scared. Fatherhood could also mean shouldering things, shouldering burdens for a whole family. I don't think I'm the only one that thinks about and reflects on how I want to be better every day for my family, for my wife, for myself. I want to provide, I want to have fun, and how I want to be the fun dad, but I also want to be the strong dad, that I want to be the guy that can always be there for them, but I also want to be that larrikin who I am at heart and have fun and find that incredible balance of who I actually am. I'm sure I'm not the only one who wants all those things. Of course, you want to be all the best things you can be. So this is part of that. This is part of fatherhood. The burdens of stress, the burdens of worry or world politics or issues societally that you're going, I'm worried about every single person in this house, and I'm trying to protect my children from that same fear, from that same worry. It's those things where you're trying your best to lift everyone up, to lift them as the waters rise. Gets up to your ankles, to your knees, and you're holding them up and you're trying to keep a level head, to not appear fearful, to not appear afraid. And you're trying to do everything you can. And I just want to encourage you that I see that. I see that in myself. I see that in other fathers. And ultimately, you know whether you're in that same spot, whether you're still doing that as well, whether you're trying to keep it together, whether you're doing your best. That is what we can do. Fatherhood is amazing. The joy of having children is amazing. It's difficult to explain to anyone else that doesn't have kids. I don't know how to explain that. The joy of having children is something else. This is something that is too important. Having children is too important. Being a father is too important to half-ass. You got to whole-ass it. You got to go and fully commit. And maybe there's a way in your life that you know that you're not fully committing, that you could be a better example. And I'm not immune to this. I know I can do better in multiple parts of my life, and I'm trying. And I'm very imperfect. And I'm sure you are too. But fatherhood is too important. It carries so much. It carries so much importance for the people in your life. Don't underestimate how important you are to them. And don't ever let the burdens feel so heavy that you would ever jeopardize that. I've talked to fathers in the past that are suicidal, that think that their family would be better off without them. And I can't tell you how wrong you are, how wrong they are, how wrong you are if you're thinking that. You're wrong. Your family is not better off without you. You may believe that, but beliefs and thoughts aren't facts. They're not. You're just feeling terrible right now. You're feeling terrible, and when you're feeling that way, you doubt everything. You see everything through that lens of pain, that lens of fear, that lens of hurt or mistakes. I'm sure you've messed up. I'm sure you have, because we all do. But I'm sure you can do your best, and I'm sure you can learn from it, and I'm sure you've got the ability to do better, to be better, to act as an example, as a person who can make a mistake and then improve. That is an incredible testimony and example for your kids. That dad isn't perfect. Dad does his best though, and dad's really trying. And dad's getting better, and dad's really listened to me. He really cares. He's working really hard for me. He's trying to show me this. He's trying to teach me that. That is so important. And I think as dads, historically, there can be, and especially in different, again, nuances, circles, dynamics, families, there can be a thing of not wanting to be questioned, not wanting to be seen as fallible. Being fallible is incredibly important. You can mess up, you can fail, you can get back up and try. Your kids are going to see that it's not as scary. They can do their best, and it doesn't matter. They can try again. That failing is just trying again, messing up, do your best, work hard at it. So if you're one of those dads that are really struggling, that you're carrying the weight of your family or of the world on your shoulders, that you're just fearful and you're worried about that stuff, it's understandable, but your family are not better off without you. They want you to do your best. They want you to show up. And if you fall short, you fell short, and you're going to try again. But it's not because you didn't try. It's not because you gave up. There must be an immense amount of pain to give up like that. To say, I can't try anymore. Their beliefs and the way they see themselves must be so low that they believe that their family would be better off without them. I get that there are some people who feel that way, but I'm here to say that's not true. That is just a belief. That is just a feeling you have. Your kids and your family are too important for you to give up, for you to stop trying. So I want to encourage you to not stop trying. Try your best. Try your best to turn things around. Do everything you can. Everything you can physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Seek help. It's important. Do the reps of what you're trying to improve. It all adds up. This is something you are very capable of doing. You're very capable of it. You don't need to give up. You don't need to not try. You need to be here. Because this is where you're meant to be. You've had an opportunity of, I don't know how many trillion to one, to be here on Earth, living. We've got to try. We're here. We've won the lottery already. We've got to try. It's too important. Fathers are too important to households, to wives, to their kids. It's really important, and you're important. And I just wanted to jump on today to say fatherhood is amazing. The joy and the gift and the value of being a father cannot be overstated. Being a dad is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm sure I'm not alone in that. And to be able to be a better dad every day is a gift, along with the gift of fatherhood. So I want to encourage you today. Happy Father's Day. Do your best. Do everything you can. You'll be a better man. You'll be a better father. You'll be a better brother, a better husband. You'll be a better person, a better friend. Just keep going. Keep trying. This is not where I thought this episode would go today. I wanted to just speak about the importance of fatherhood and encourage them in that. Not keep it light, but keep it medium light. And this went a different turn, but I just feel like there's some men out there that might need that encouragement, that the world is going to be better for you being here, and that you should see this. So I really hope it encourages you. All right. I hope this encouraged you. I hope you hear the words that I'm saying. I hope you know that you're important, even if you can't see it right now. You are. And your little ones are too important to not be there for them. So just be there. Take care. My name's Grant. And I'll talk to you soon.